30 minutes or so. A tornado warning until 4:15 p.m. Let's take a look at live first alert Doppler radar and satellite. Obviously, a whole lot of very heavy rain across a large portion of the Arklatex. Of course, we are looking for the rotational signature, and it looks like this is most likely the area that they are looking at, considering the direction of the warning as well. This is the radar site, so this is very close into the radar site, so we can see this very easily. We got rotation with this storm, and they have issued a tornado warning on it. So that is why we're breaking into programming right now. That is that tornado warned storm, and this is the rain surrounding it. So again, if you just got that notification, that emergency alert, or from our KSLA First Alert weather app, that means you're in the tornado warning polygon, and that means you need to take shelter immediately. I'll pull up the polygon again just so you can see where it is. And again, if you are in this red shape here, you need to take shelter immediately. That's an interior room away from exterior walls and windows. If you got a helmet, throw it on. Throw helmets on the kids perhaps if they are already at home. And you need to put your pets in their carriers, their crates, or at least leash them just in case if the worst were to happen, at least they won't freak out and run. So we have that going on. I'm going to pull radar back up. And again, we don't want you to try to look for anything right now, because all of this heavy rain means you're not going to be able to see it anyway. This would be a rain-wrapped tornado if anything did touch down. We haven't gotten word on that, at least I haven't, but we are going to treat this as a serious situation, especially considering that this is for the Shreveport and Bossier City metropolitan area. So I'm going to be pulling up NWS chat here so I can see what we're doing. But again, we do have a tornado warning for portions of Caddo and Bossier Parish, which do include the city of Shreveport and Bossier City. It's you can see the polygon just in behind the radar here, and this tornado warning is set to go until 4:15 this afternoon. Taking a look here at National Weather Service chat, making sure it is pulled up. I am joined by Chief Meteorologist Matt Jones, who just got off a live stream at the live stream desk. The tornado risk today wasn't all that high. However, earlier in the day, that did get raised. The Storm Prediction Center started picking up on signals, as did we, and now we do have this warned storm in the area. This one, likely that storm that they were discussing just not too long ago, affecting Marshall, or at least to the south of Marshall. It never got warned at that time, but it has been now. Let's take a look at that rotational signature once again. And we can see this is that area of rotation right here. And again, this is very close to the radar site. So we're just going to go ahead and pull up the debris tracker. And we are seeing, this is hard to tell, but this is concerning right here. We're going to take a look at NWS chat. I want to see if they're saying anything about this. We do know that there is also the potential for some hail in this storm. This is, again, a radar confirmed tornado. We don't have anything reported on the ground yet, but we are going to be waiting for that. If that happens, we'll be giving you that first alert notification. Again, if you did just get that tornado warning on your mobile device or on your television, you need to be getting to a tornado safe space right now because there is a tornado warning issued, and we could see one over the next few minutes. Again, this is very close to the radar site, and remember, with all of this very heavy rain in and around the area of rotation, even if something did touch down, you likely wouldn't be able to see it. This is just to the south of Greenwood, just barely to the south of Greenwood, moving in a northeasterly direction. I'm going to get that speed real quick. And again, this does include Shreveport and Bossier City. So this is moving northeast at 60 miles per hour, pretty fast moving storm. And let's take a look at the rotational area again. Again, moving northeast. So if you're in Eastwood, get to your tornado safe space right now, especially, and also pretty much a lot of downtown Shreveport under this tornado warning as well. So get to your tornado safe space right now. Let your employees get to those tornado safe spaces as well. You can get back to business tomorrow. Tomorrow's another day. Again, more widespread rain, and this has been an issue across the entire Arklatex. We have multiple flash flood warnings on top of multiple severe thunderstorm warnings, and you don't need to be getting out and about right now unless you're in like the far southern zones of the region not seeing any of this. You don't want to be out and about because we are seeing, of course, the tornado warning that I'm broken in to programming for, but also lots of widespread heavy rain, and that is causing urban flooding in a lot of places, and we are seeing multiple flash flood warnings because of that. Our power just flashed, so hopefully we're staying on the air. And again, taking a look here at the debris tracker, not seeing a whole lot of indications from our debris tracker that there may be something on the ground, but I know we're taking a power hit right now. Are we still on the air? Can you let me know if we are? Okay, so we are we're seriously experiencing some power problems, but again, we're still on the air. We do have a tornado watch. All these counties and parishes in pink under a tornado watch until 9 o'clock this evening. These few counties under severe thunderstorm watch, and then the entire area is under a flood watch until tomorrow morning. Now let's get back to what we broke on to the air for. We do have a tornado warning for southwestern Caddo Parish. It does move into Bossier Parish as well. It does include the Shreveport and Bossier City metropolitan areas. Again, this does appear to be the rotational signature, again moving to the north and east at 60 miles per hour. Let's
just put an update about saying it's rain wrapped, but it's still confirmed.
It is a confirmed tornado, and it's rain wrapped. So like I was saying, likely rain wrapped crossing Burt Coons and Pines Road right now. This is not far from the National Weather Service office. If you know where that is, you've driven down the interstate before, I'm sure, and you probably have seen that big dome just off to the left or to the right of the interstate. That's where the National Weather Service office is. And again, if this is on the ground, it is rain wrapped. I pretty much can guarantee that because of how much heavy rain is associated with this storm. So you're not going to be able to see it. So again, if you are near Burt Coons and Pines Road right now, safe space at once. Get to it right now. So we're taking a look here. Again, this is the rotational signature, and this is the debris tracker. We're not seeing any major indications of debris being lofted into the air, but there are areas of concern here, and we're very close to the radar site. So we're, there's a push and pull with radar. The closer you get, sometimes the better the data is, but there's also there's limiting returns the closer you get. When we're talking, mile, 2 miles from it, you're very, very, very close to the radar site at that point. So we're going to continue to monitor this storm as it moves through. I don't want anyone trying to take pictures of this. This is a very dangerous situation, so just don't worry about that right now. Again, if you're in this red polygon, and this does include Houghton, if you're in this red polygon here, get to your tornado safe space immediately. We do have a radar, at least a radar confirmed tornado that is likely rain wrapped.
I just sent some of our station into shelters.
If it is on the ground, and we just put the station in their shelters, but if it is on the ground, it's likely rain wrapped. You're not going to be able to see it. So if you're in this red polygon, just get to your safe space right now. Eastwood, Houghton, just to the south of Benton. Let's pull up some other communities. I want to see what we're seeing. Much of Barksdale Boulevard is under this warning. Shed Road is under the warning. North Bossier under the warning. Red Chute. I've said Eastwood. It does look like most likely the Shady Grove, Bel Air neighborhoods under this tornado warning. And let's see here, much of Arthur Ray Teague, much of Clyde Fant, of course, and this is a very dangerous situation with the fact that this tornado, if it is on the ground, is likely going to be rain wrapped, and you can see why it would be rain wrapped. Lots and lots of heavy rain associated with this tornado warned storm. Again, moving in a northeast direction at 60 miles per hour. It is moving very quickly. Let's take a look again at the tornado debris tracker. Not seeing anything jumping out at me because of how close we are to the radar site at this point. And taking a look here, again, this is that rotational signature. It's about right here, I believe, moving again northeast at about 3:38. It was passing over Burt Coons and Pines Road, very close to the National Weather Service office. So let's take a look at other metrics. This is the wind shear, the shear indicator. It's an indicator of both changes in the speed and direction of the air. You can see we are picking up on wind shear. That is a very typical indicator of rotation. We've shown the debris signature, not a whole lot's popping out right there. And this is that area of rotation again, monitoring this. It's not really all that, it's not weakening. It's still very prominent as it's moving into the Shreveport metropolitan area. And again, if you're in Houghton, if you're in Red Chute, North Bossier, Shady Grove, Bel Air, Barksdale Boulevard, that plaza including Kroger, you need to be in your tornado safe space at once. Moving up Barksdale, we have obviously that entrance to the base, that car lot there. Thinking there's Sonics on both ends of it that I'd like both of those places in their tornado safe space, along with Parkway High School. I do hope everyone is getting to their tornado safe space there as well. And we're going to continue to monitor this over the next several minutes as it moves through this area. They're continuing the tornado warning. It's going to be in effect until 4:15. And it has just crossed, as of a couple of minutes ago, Burt Coons and 3132 just to the southeast of the National Weather Service office. Again, if you've been driving down the interstate, you saw that dome tower off the interstate. That's where the National Weather Service office is located. So it'll give you kind of a bearing of where it is or where it has been over the past couple of minutes, but it's moving at 60 miles per hour in the northeast direction. So it's not going to be in one place for all that long. And again, this warning goes until 4:15. Other locations, Ferguson, Princeton, Fillmore, Bodasau, Forbing, Bellevue, Barksdale Air Force Base, and Red Chute. Yes?
Can you coaches take shelter just for a few minutes with them? Just for a few moments? I'm gonna let Austin take shelter with the Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, so what I was saying, and we're switching mics, so what I was saying is I've actually made Austin go take shelter along with the rest of our news station. I have everybody at KSLA right now taking shelter because, again, that tornadic signature is moving right over the news station as we speak, and it's just a little bit too close for comfort here. So I've gone ahead and made sure our whole team is safe. They are in their designated safe spaces right now here at KSLA because, again, we do have a confirmed tornado crossing right over I-49. It's going to cross right south of I-20, moving right into the downtown Shreveport area. So that's what we're going to be watching for. And again, tornado warning has been issued if you're just joining us for Shreveport. Gone ahead and sent our entire team into shelter here at KSLA News 12, and I will be here in the studio keeping you guys safe. If I feel like I'm in danger myself, I'll just keep my mic on. I'll go back to shelter as well and keep talking to you guys. But again, tornado warning has been issued for the downtown Shreveport area. Latest update, as Austin was saying, this is crossing Burt Coons, 3132 Burt Coons, just southeast of the National Weather Service office. So the National Weather Service office is right here. That's the radar site. That's where your tornado is going to be, crossing right over I-49. This is going to cross basically right over the south side of Shreveport. So again, that's where it's moving right now. Let's take a look at our radar reflectivity, and again, that's where it is right now. So this will be impacting the south side of Shreveport here in the next couple of minutes. If you are in South Shreveport, if you're along I-49, if you're anywhere along and just south of I-20, I need you to be in your safe space right now. But again, if there is a tornado, it's going to be right here, crossing right over I-49. And again, there's I-20. There's the latest updated radar scan. And a brand new update from the National Weather Service. They now have a severe thunderstorm warning for some of the area, but still issuing this tornado warning here for the downtown Shreveport area. Take a look at the velocity, and again, it looks like more like a damaging gust at this point, a big gust front coming through. So based on the radar signature that I'm seeing at this time, it looks like whatever was there might have lifted, but let me just double check. I got a couple radar sources here. And it looks like it's more of a damaging wind threat at this time. This could be 70-mile-an-hour winds, so a strong straight line wind event, and that's moving through the south side of Shreveport. And haven't had any updates recently from the National Weather Service, but the last update here at 3:40, that was about 6 minutes ago, there was a confirmed tornado crossing Burt Coons just southeast of the National Weather Service office. So that is the radar site. That is right where the National Weather Service is, and so this tornado was confirmed just south and east of the National Weather Service office, and that was about 6 minutes ago. Now again, we get these radar scans every moment. Every time that scan goes across here, we're getting a new scan. So we just got the latest update, and based on that, I think that whatever was here might have lifted, but I still want you in your safe space. And as we always tell you, put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. I know we don't have basements here, but you know, if you get into an interior room, that's great. And this is no time to panic. It's no reason to panic. Just get into your safe space, and we'll walk you through this. And this will be out of here probably in the next 15 minutes or so, and then we'll be done with that tornado threat. But again, tornado warning does continue here for the downtown Shreveport area. Right now, though, looks like more of a damaging wind potential. And based on what I'm seeing here, I might allow the station to kind of leave the shelter. I'm just going to give it like 2 more minutes, and we will see. But I just want to get another couple scans here on the radar. But based on what I'm seeing now, this might be more of a damaging wind threat as it pushes its way to the east. So let's track that. Let's track the leading edge of the most dangerous part of that storm as it makes its way to the east here. So when you see your town name pop up here, you need to take shelter. And again, this gives you a pretty good approximation of when this damaging wind is going to start to move in. So Red Chute, that'll be about 355 or so. Houghton at 407. Dolene at about 418. Ringgold at about 424, and then if it holds together out towards Minden at 437. But again, right along that edge right there, the leading edge of that heavy rain, you're going to get that potential for some 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. But again, we did have a few scary moments here at the station. We had a confirmed tornado heading straight for KSLA. It looks like, though, based on the latest radar signature, that might have lifted. I'm going to give us another couple minutes here just to make sure we're all safe here at the station. But I do think that that threat is starting to diminish just a bit. Let's take another look at the radar. And you don't want to go outside and try to see this if there was a tornado, because you're not going to see it. And the reason for that is because we got a lot of rain all around it. So if there was some sort of tornado kind of embedded within that, it's going to be wrapped in rain and you would not see it at all. So, and we are safe. We're good to get out of shelter. According to the National Weather Service, the tornado has lifted. So that is some great news there. A little scary for a few minutes, but we're all good here at the station. But now we're just kind of tracking that potential for some damaging winds as that makes its way to the east. So there's the damaging wind potential pushing to the east right now, and that will include South Bossier out towards Houghton and basically locations along and south of I-20. So again, still technically we do have a tornado warning. And that's just because the National Weather Service is just kind of erring on the side of caution, and they're going to keep that tornado warning going until about 4:15. But again, we don't have that confirmed tornado anymore. The National Weather Service has lost the tornado debris signature on the radar. So that is some good news. It looks like that has lifted whatever was there. But we did, according to the radar picture, have a confirmed tornado right near the National Weather Service office about 10 minutes ago. So it was a little scary here in downtown Shreveport for a few minutes as that confirmed tornado was moving in. But as of the latest radar scan, it looks like that has indeed lifted for now. So that's some great news there. And again, really don't have any confirmation of anything on the ground at this point. So that's great news. So, and let me pull up the velocity once again. And again, I just see damaging winds at this point, just this big line of gusty wind heading forward along the leading edge of that line of storm. So again, that's where the warning is right now. The tornado warning is still in effect. Let me get rid of the radar and show you where that warning is. And you can see that does still include southeast Shreveport. South Bossier is still included underneath that tornado warning. That does include Red Chute and Houghton as well. And this is going to be kind of cruising right along Interstate 20 at this point. So that's going to make its way farther to the east here. And I might let Austin kind of take over again here in just a few minutes because it looks like that main threat has kind of come to an end. But luckily, didn't have any big impacts here at the station. It was kind of sketchy there for a few minutes as we did have that potentially confirmed tornado heading towards us, but thankfully it looks like whatever was there has certainly lifted and it has turned into more of a damaging wind threat at this time. So let me get the latest on that tornado warning again. And it looks like that tornado warning no longer obviously has the confirmed tag on it. This is going to continue till 4:15. It was pretty much over Bossier City as of the latest update just about 2 minutes ago, moving northeast at 60 miles an hour. And again, this is now radar indicated versus radar confirmed. There's a big difference between that. So radar indicated means that the radar is suggesting that there's some rotation, maybe aloft in the storm, but it is no longer confirmed. So that's some great news. Nonetheless, this is still a dangerous line coming through the area. And also, not only this tornado warning, but we have the severe thunderstorm warnings extending pretty far to the east now, out towards Bienville Parish, and then all the way down into Red River Parish, Coshada underneath that severe thunderstorm warning as we speak. So let's go back to our radar picture here. And you can see that's the whole line kind of bowing forward. We talk about a bow echo sometimes. You can see how that entire line is kind of bowing forward right like that. So along this edge here, along the leading edge of that line of storms, that's where we're going to have that potential for damaging wind gusts. And again, what we saw in Shreveport is kind of what I was expecting along this line. And it was one of these brief little circulations that kind of popped up there along that line of storms. And it moved right into the south side of Shreveport, right near the National Weather Service office. But luckily that did lift. But anywhere along this line of storms here, so say from Shreveport all the way up into North Bossier, so from North Bossier to Shreveport, down towards, say, Houghton, all the way down into DeSoto Parish here, all the way down towards Mansfield, anywhere along the leading edge of that line of storms, we do have that potential for damaging wind gusts up to about 60 miles an hour. And let me adjust the timing on this track here. I'll do another track on this entire line and kind of track it off to the east. And again, so anywhere along the leading edge of this line of storms, we do have that potential for some damaging winds. So again, hey, you want me to toss it, or do you mind to hand it over to you, Austin? Okay, I'll hand it over to Austin here in a few, because we're getting ready to actually do the normal 4 p.m. newscast here, I believe, in about 10 minutes or so. But let me just do another track on this line, because there could be some damaging winds still associated with this, and that whole line is pushing off to the east at a pretty good clip. This line is booking it at about 50 miles an hour. So let me show you the areas that will be impacted by the potential damaging wind. And again, anywhere along the leading edge of that line of storms, we do have that potential for some high wind here. So Ringgold, 408, Minden, 419, Homer at about 4:39 p.m. as that moves off to the east. Grambling, again, that's kind of getting outside of our viewing area, I know, but again, this will continue to make its way east along I-20. So all these towns that you see listed here will be underneath that potential for some damaging wind. Let me see if we have any more updates from the National Weather Service. And it looks like a new tornado warning has been issued now, and this one is for, looks like that line, the same line. So let me double check this. It looks like that warning, that circulation might have re-intensified just a bit. So let's pull that up. And there we go. So that's the new warning that was just issued. So you see the old one here near Shreveport. And again, if you're watching from Shreveport, we are in the clear. We're in the clear right now, but we do have a new tornado warning that has just been issued moments ago. And that does include southern portions of Bossier Parish right here, moving into southwestern portions of Webster Parish as well. So new tornado warning, let me get the specifics on that. And that's going to go until 4:30. So that includes southeastern portions of Webster, southeastern Caddo, and southeastern Bossier. So that's that second box that you see right there. That's the new tornado warning that has just been issued, and this is a radar indicated rotation. So the storm capable of producing a tornado located 10 miles south of Houghton. So it's south of Houghton there, moving northeast at 60. So these storms are booking it. They're racing along to the northeast at about 60 miles an hour. And again, this is all going to be south of Houghton. All right. So let's take a closer look at that. And again, this is kind of, it's a messy situation today. It's not one of these things where you want to go out and try to see this tornado because you're just not going to be able to see it. It's all wrapped in rain and you're really not going to get a good view of it at this point. But again, there it is. So again, that's what the radar's picking up. You can kind of see, there's the new scan. There we go. So there's a new scan. I was kind of waiting for that. And according to this, oh, there it is right there. So you can kind of see how we have the red and greens. Notice how the green kind of wrapping back in there. So that is your circulation. That is what the National Weather Service is watching near Houghton. Not the strongest circulation that I've ever seen. I don't know if this is confirmed. It doesn't look like it is. But certainly the radar is indicating that potential for a tornado with this. Let me just adjust the speed on this because these things are absolutely booking it off to the northeast. This storm, this particular warning is for movement at 60 miles an hour. So we'll track that. And again, if you're in Houghton, this is basically right on top of you. You need to be in your safe space right now because that circulation is on top of Houghton. Dixie Inn, that'll be about 407. Minden at 411. You can see it's kind of tracking along and then might be crossing north of I-20 here shortly, and it's going to move through central portions of Webster, eventually into portions of Claiborne Parish as well. So this is the very latest tornado warning that we do have, and it does include Houghton. So if you're in Houghton, want to take shelter right now, and that's because the radar is indicating some rotation within that storm. All right, so let's go back to our reflectivities here, and you can see that if there is anything there, you're not going to see it because that's where it would be, and there's a lot of heavy rain out in front of that, so you're just not going to be able to see that circulation all that much. So that is the new tornado warning that we have near Houghton for the northern end of that, but all along the leading edge, notice this area here, that's in far southern sections of Bossier Parish. This is going to move towards Ringgold. It's kind of jutting out a little bit right there. So anytime you get some little kinks like this in that overall straight line of wind, whenever you get like a little kink like that where it's not quite smooth, that's maybe a developing circulation. So we'll keep an eye on that and see if we have anything being issued there. And again, this whole line does have that potential for damaging winds. You can really see how that's bowing forward. So along the leading edge of that line, we're seeing that potential for, do you want to switch over? Should we switch? Okay. I'm going to let Austin take over for a bit here. He's going to do the 4, and I'll cut in if I need to. Thanks, Austin.
Yeah, earlier when he offered it the first time, I was actually making sure my house was okay and everything is okay. But of course, we are keeping an eye on multiple tornado warnings right now. Let's go back to regular radar and take a look here. You're going to remove the radar. So again, a tornado warning is still in place for a large chunk of Bossier Parish, and this does still include those areas I was discussing, Barstow Boulevard, Bel Air, Shady Grove, what have you, a portion of the Air Force Base as well. Also Houghton under this, Red Chute. Well, okay, the Air Force Base and stuff along with Barstow Boulevard all now been taken off that warning. Going to continue to monitor this storm, but then this latest tornado warning that was issued for just to the south of it, we can see that area of rotation. I'm actually going to pop the warning back up behind it to verify which one I'm looking at, and I have done so. It's right near Sligo Road in Bossier Parish. This is that area of rotation. Again, moving northeast, likely at about 60 miles per hour. Which is rather quick for these storms. Again, in effect until 4:15. The northernmost one in effect until 4:15, and then the southernmost one, which includes Webster Parish, in effect until 4:30. And if you've turned on the channel expecting KSLA News 12 now at 4, Well, this is KSLA News 12 now at 4. I'm First Alert Meteorologist Austin Evans. The Chief Meteorologist Matt Jones is also here, as well as anchor woman extraordinaire Bisky Duncan. We are looking at a couple of tornado warnings right now in the Arklatex, both of which affecting Bossier Parish, one of which also affecting Webster Parish. This is the one that I got focused on right now. We got an area of rotation near Sligo Road at this time, moving in a northeasterly direction, again at about 60 miles per hour. The northernmost storm did potentially have a radar confirmed tornado. We haven't gotten any reports that I know of out of that, and hopefully that remains to be the case in terms of anything falling on, anything dropping to the ground. So hopefully that continues to remain the case, and we do have this area that we're keeping an eye on in that southernmost storm. Taking a look at the northernmost storm, we can still see areas of rotation. It's just it's not nearly as strong as it was when it was passing through the Shreveport metropolitan area. So we're seeing this kind of begin to broaden out, and this warning goes until 4:15. We'll see if they let it go for that long, because nothing right now is really jumping out at me that would justify keeping this warning for much longer. But another radar scan is always helpful. Let's take a look at the southernmost storm once again. The southernmost warning, I should say, and again, this is that warning polygon. And this is that area of rotation. It is now past Sligo Road. It's passing into Webster Parish at this time. LA 163 from Doyline south. If you're on this roadway, know someone on this roadway, let them know they have a potential tornadic storm on their doorstep. Give them a text. Tell them to get to their tornado safe space. If you're in let's see here, get a couple of other areas. Sibley, Doubly, or Heflin, which is right here, get into that tornado safe space as well. Minden, you're right on the cusp, but it's better to be safe than sorry in the long run. Get into your tornado safe space too. Again, that is an interior room away from exterior walls and windows and doors. Throw a helmet on, bicycle, football, what have you, hockey. And also get the kids, maybe have them put on helmets, get those pets in their carriers or crates, or at least leash them so if the worst were to happen, you wouldn't also be dealing with scared, fleeing animals, which is never a good thing. So do that to protect your family and try to ride out this storm. Again, nothing has been indicated that anything is on the ground, and that's a good thing. However, if something did touch down from this, it would not be visible until it was already on top of you, and at that point it's too late. So we don't want people trying to take pictures, take videos. I know we love getting that stuff, but not when you would have to put your life in danger to do so. So we're not seeing anything that is indicating that it's on the ground from the debris tracker. That is good. But again, if it were to touch down, it would be surrounded by rainfall, lots of rainfall, heavy rainfall in this area. So just don't do it. It's not worth it. There's plenty of photos and videos of tornadoes on the internet if you really need to look at one. Let's take a look here from the National Weather Service. We do have some reports of pea-sized hail near LA 546 at New Natchitoches Road, but that is not anything severe. And other than that, we're just still waiting for, and that's in Oaxaca Parish, actually, that's my bad. So we're still waiting for a little bit more from the National Weather Service regarding these tornado-warned storms. We're going to zoom out, show the whole picture here. And of course, we're talking damaging wind threat on top of a flash flooding threat that has been prevalent. We've been discussing the flash flooding aspect of this significantly over the past 48 hours. But earlier today, our tornado threat ramped up, and this is unfortunately the result. So we do have the 2 tornado warnings. Again, I'll pop up the warnings so you can see them. This northernmost warning is expected to expire in about 10 minutes from now, 4:15, unless they cancel it earlier than that. And you can see also the entire Shreveport metropolitan area under a flash flood warning. the places that don't drain very well are not going to drain very well magically today. So I expect urban flooding. Airline is a bad place for urban flooding. Uri Drive, we had a bus last week get stuck in Uri Drive due to flooding. So we're dealing with a couple of tornado warnings on top of severe thunderstorm warnings on top of flash flood warnings. And again, do not try to drive through flooded roadways. It's never, ever worth it. So let's take a look here at this southernmost warning. I want to see its radar signature. And again, it's passing into Webster Parish right now. Again, LA 163. It's likely to the east of this already because it is moving pretty quickly in that northeasterly direction. So it's likely either right over LA 163 right now or just to the east of it, as I was expecting. So kind of drawing a right angle here between 164 and 163 right here in the center. That's that area of rotation. It is now since past 163. It's on the way to US 371 just to the south of Sibley in Webster Parish. And it's kind of following parallel almost, at least for now, parallel to LA 164. Again, moving in an east-northeast direction at about 60 miles per hour. So the next scan is probably going to put it right over this area. I wouldn't be surprised in the next, I think we get scans every 5 minutes. So in about 5 minutes, it will probably be just barely to the south of Sibley. So again, get to your tornado safe space now. There's nothing indicating that this is on the ground, but if something were to touch down on the ground, you still wouldn't be able to see it due to the widespread heavy rain that would be around it. Caddo Parish has been dropped off this tornado warning. It's now just for Bossier and Webster parishes. So if you are in Caddo Parish worried about these particular tornado warnings, you are now in the clear at this time, at least for now. Hopefully it'll be the case for the rest of the day. So if you're in Caddo Parish, you can come out of your tornado safe space. Just again, if you try to travel, be on the lookout for flash flooding, and if you want advice, just don't travel at all. It's really not worth getting out in all that rain, and there is a lot of it, and we are emphasizing, hammering home that if something were to touch down, this is about where that tornado warned storm is. If this were to touch down, it would be rain wrapped. It would not be visible. It would be on top of you before you were able to see it and even hear it, because rain is also quite loud. So we're going to continue to monitor this storm. And again, here is that area of rotation, and I expect it with the next radar scan to be pretty much right over US 371, potentially over Sibley, but at least very close to Sibley, just barely to the south if it were to not actually pop up over Sibley. So we'll be monitoring this. Let's take a look at that other storm just to the north of this one, and I actually have to pop up the warning indicators just real quick. And again, like I said earlier, there is nothing indicating to me that this storm in the to the north of the tornado warning we were just discussing, the tornado warning with red chute, this is not, nothing is jumping out at me as rotating. The warning is still there. They might be letting it just expire. It'll expire at 4:15, but this one appears to be not really rotating at the level it was. It still could be rotating, just not getting picked up, but it's not looking to be rotating at the level that it was. And taking a look across the studio at the outage map, we do have 14,229 outages, most of which are in, and 6,000 in Caddo just got from Biscayne, and Caddo is orange. So we do got a lot of power outages. If you got battery banks, there are a lot of people usually buy them. They give them away at events these days. Just plug your phone into them for now if you happen to be watching this coverage on the KSLA First Alert weather app. Again, tracking multiple tornado warnings, but one is really the main focus right here. It's not real tight, that rotation, and I'm really interested to see what the next scan is going to be. We don't have any indications that this is on the ground. And they are going to expire the northern warning. That's for red chute, this warning here. They're going to allow that to expire at 4:15. So just hang tight in your tornado safe space. If you're in Houghton, red chute, if you were affected by that first warning in Bossier Parish, we're talking eastern Bossier Parish, red chute, Houghton area, just sit tight in that tornado safe space until the warning expires. You got 5 minutes. Taking a look here. We do have water across the road at Pines and Buncombe, possibly 3 to 4 inches according to Skywarn spotters in the National Weather Service chat. And just scrolling up a little bit just to see if I missed any updates. Again, we got that flash flooding over Pines Road and Buncombe Road. That is in Shreveport, so avoid that area if you are attempting to travel over the next little bit. Again, the entire city of Shreveport and also Bossier City under a flash flood warning right now, and will be for some time due to the rain that's going to continue over the next little bit. And just a reminder, all the counties and parishes in pink under a tornado watch. In the entire area is under a flood watch until tomorrow morning. So let's get back to live first alert, Doppler radar, and satellite. If you're just now tuning in for KSLA News 12 now at 4, again, I'm First Alert Meteorologist Austin Evans, and we are discussing a widespread, very heavy rain situation, but also a couple of tornado warnings that are in effect right now. One will expire at 4:15. It's for Bossier Parish. This is the area of concern for the second tornado warning, and we are waiting for another scan on this. Again, I'm willing to bet it'll be placed right about here, just barely to the south of Sibley on US 371, be getting to your tornado safe space right now. If you're on this US highway, also if you're in Heflin, I would be getting to your tornado safe space at once. Again, interior room, away from exterior walls and windows. Protect yourself and your family. So once we get an updated scan on that, we'll see where it lands. We're still not picking up anything major on the debris tracker, which is a good thing. This is it's a program. It's a feature that allows us to see large objects in the air. When debris gets lofted, it's bigger than rain, it's bigger than hail, and it gets pushed around. The radar picks up on that. That reflects back, and we can see it rather obviously. It's not popping up, though, right now. And here is the updated scan. It is now looks like there actually could be multiple rotational areas, because there is an area of concern near Sibley, also near Dubberly, but there's also this area right here just to the east of Heflin. That's in Webster Parish, and we're going to continue to monitor these storms. And I do want to just briefly pop up the warning polygon and cross-reference with the areas of rotation. So again, if you're in Dubberly, Sibley, Heflin, get to your tornado safe space at once. Dubberly right here, Sibley, Heflin. Again, tornado safe space right now. That warning is going to continue unless we are told otherwise until, I believe, 4:30 this afternoon. So we're going to continue to monitor this storm until that tornado warning is lifted, or until it is obvious that it's not a threat anymore, and it's not obvious yet. So we got National Weather Service in Shreveport about to send a message to chat, waiting on that message. And again, if anything were to touch down, it would not be visible at all. Lots of heavy rain would be surrounding said tornado, and you would not be able to see it. You would not be able to lay eyes on it until it was already on top of you, and at that point you would not have time to get to shelter. We got 1 more minute on that earlier warning, so that is about to drop off the map. This warning here, again, this is the red chute and Houghton warning. It has not been rotating at a level that I believe is a threat for a good while now. They are going to allow that to expire. It's got about 40 more seconds. And let's take a look once again at the southernmost storm, and we are still tracking these areas of rotation. and they're letting that tornado warning expire. The one that I was talking, the red shooting Houghton one, they are going to issue a severe thunderstorm warning with the tornado possible tag, which means your emergency alert is going to go off with that, but they're essentially highlighting that severe thunderstorm warning as capable of producing a tornado, and if they have to warn on it again for a tornado, they will, but they have let that warning expire. And you can see that it has since dropped off the map. So Houghton, Red Chute areas along I-20, if you were in that first warning, you can come out of your tornado safe space right now. It wouldn't go anywhere. It's still raining very hard. It's still thunderstorming, but you're in the clear in terms of tornadic activity. But this warning here continues and will do so until 4:30 this afternoon, and we are looking at this area of rotation being one that we're going to keep an eye on, but also this area near Sibley. It's a bit uglier that we're keeping an eye on. Apparently, I've been mispronouncing that. I just got corrected in my ear, but Sibley apparently. But this is that area of rotation that the second warning was issued on, and this was never radar confirmed. This was only ever radar indicated, which is a good thing. That'll work towards us, but it's still rotating. It is still a dangerous situation. You still need to be in your tornado safe space. Let's zoom out and take a look at the area. And this is a messy, messy situation in terms of widespread heavy rain, which was the expectation today. The farther north you get, the severe threats really drop off the farther north you get. Southwestern Arkansas and pretty much areas kind of take the Louisiana line and north. There's no severe watches or warnings there, but there is the flood watch still there. Other than that, we're not really expecting anything tornadic north of the Louisiana border. It is all kind of along and south of I-20 right now, starting in East Texas earlier this afternoon. And as it moved into the Shreveport area, that's when things started getting tornadic. And we got that first tornado warning early in the 3 o'clock hour. And take a look here. This is the latest scan, still waiting on some more data to come in. Should come in any minute now. Let's take a look here a little bit farther south. We're seeing this is fairly good in terms of what we're wanting to see. Very smooth line between the red and the green. Now, there could still be a damaging wind threat, but I would usually look for brightness. See the pinks and maybe yellows. I'd see the brightest just behind that leading edge of that line. If it was going to be a Boeing situation, this isn't quite looking like that right now, so hopefully that means that we're not going to see a ton of widespread damaging wind. Just got something from Matt.
Yeah, it looks like that tornado warning's been totally canceled.
Say they have canceled the tornado warning, and we can see that it has been dropped off the map. So if we're ready to go, I assumed commercial, let me know. If we're going to go to commercial or we're going to go right into the 4, we are ready to do so. We are now under, we're now not under a tornado warning, so we can go back to regular programming.